Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV by Bagbagide Imo TV. I am Mori Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Obasanjo denies writing UK to back off Nigeria's 2023 election. FG moves to end extrajudicial killings by police officers. Kidnappers abduct 2 farmers in Osun. Still on the headlines, gunmen kidnapped a divisional police officer in Plateau. Police rescue Edo customary court president, lose officer. Lagos Maid led gang robs employer of 2.8 million naira. And finally on sports, Oshoala, Chelsea fans don't deserve happiness. Now the news in detail. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has denied planning to scuttle Nigeria's 2023 elections. Some publications claim he wrote to the United Kingdom to back off the polls and allow Nigerians to decide the outcome. Obasanjo allegedly warned the UK authorities against interference, adding that it would not be a business as usual. The former head of state allegedly recalled that in 2002, the British government wanted to remove him. He allegedly said the European Union wanted to install a Fulani man whom they can control, but he overpowered them. Obasanjo allegedly told the UK that the problems Nigeria is facing is a result of the Fulani man they placed on throne. A statement Thursday night by his media aide, Kehinde Akinyemi, denied the purported letter. The spokesperson added that apart from the January 1st letter to youth and the other to Professor Toyin Falola to his 70th birthday, there has been no other public or private letter written to anybody from Obasanjo. Moving on to the next story, apparently tired of a needless elimination of innocent citizens by men of the Nigeria Police Force (NPF), the federal government has organized a one-day sensitization and capacity building workshop on emotional intelligence for the rank and file to end extrajudicial killings and improve service delivery. Minister of Police Affairs, Dr. Mohammed Megari Dingyadi, who opened the event yesterday in Yola, Adamawa State, observed that due to the demanding nature of policing, an officer is exposed to stress and anxiety, which could be transferred to members of the public, thus resulting in infractions. He acknowledged that the near absence of self-management in some policemen had soiled the image of the force. It is hoped that the workshop will assist in self-critique to strengthen weaknesses in emotional intelligence for improved police-citizens relationship and internal security management in Nigeria. He submitted that the training was happening at a crucial time in the nation's history when Nigerians will once again exercise their franchise in electing a new set of leaders to steer the ship of state at this year's general elections. Dingyadi restated governance and government commitment to improving the welfare of policemen across the Federation through better emolument, barracks, work environment, and modern security enablers to tackle criminality. The Osun State Police Command has confirmed the kidnapping of 2 farmers, Samuel Oladotun and Fashola Tobiloba. Both farmers, information learned, were kidnapped by some unidentified men in Ileogbo, Olaoluwa local government area of the state on Thursday. Yemisi Opalola, the command spokesperson, revealed that the police were already working on the development. She also expressed assurance that the development would be resolved and the victims rescued. A reliable security source who spoke under anonymity also disclosed that the victims and 7 others were returning from their farms in the bus when their vehicle came under attack along the Okeosun area in Ileogbo on Wednesday evening. 6 of the victims, it was gathered, managed to escape, but 3 of them were captured and taken to an undisclosed location by their abductors. While moving the victims, another one escaped, leaving 2 others in the captive's custody. When they called, the kidnappers spoke in a language that we don't understand. It is not in English, but they mentioned the amount they wanted as money, he said. He also revealed that personnel of the Osun Amotekun Corps have been co-opted into the search. The abduction of the duo marks the first recorded incident of kidnapping in Osun in 2023. From Osun State to Plateau State. A police officer said to be Divisional Police Officer DPO of the Penchi Division in the Penchi local government area of Plateau State was kidnapped a few days after he resumed work at the division. The name nor rank of the said officer could not be ascertained at the time of filing this report, and the State Police Public Relations Officer PPRO, DSP Alfred Alabo, was not available to shed light on the development. However, a resident of Penchi who did not want to be named told Vanguard that kidnapping has been rife in the local community in recent times and everyone lives in fear. There has been a spike in the incident of kidnapping recently. Some business people with fancy houses have been targeted. They would be kidnapped, they would pay money and be released. One was even killed. The staff of the federal government institution here is not spared. Virtually every week you will hear one of the incidents. Once they know you are rich, they will come to the house. Going on to the next story from Edo State. The abducted Edo Area Customary Court President, Mrs. Precious Aibonaga, has regained her freedom. The Edo State Police Command Public Relations Officer, Mr. Chidi Nwabuzo, who confirmed the rescue on Thursday, said the police officer was killed during the operation. Nwabuzo also said Aibonaga was rescued by a military and police team at a place called Scorpion Hill inside the forest where she was held. Aibonaga, who was kidnapped on Monday around Ugoneki area on her way to Igwebi, local government area Edo, where she served as president, Igwebi Area Customary Court. The executive committee of the Nigerian Bar Association Benin branch, led by Chief Nosa Edo Osage, thank God and those who stood by the family, including the NBA as well as the security agencies who made the release possible. Going on to the next story from Lagos. 3 persons are being arraigned before a Yaba Magistrate Court, Lagos State, for allegedly robbing a woman, Esther Okolamo, of 2.8 million naira at a house in the Mushin area of Lagos State. The defendant, Pius Sunday, 28, Cynthia Ikade, 19, and Lovett Uloko, 20, were arraigned on 3 counts of conspiracy, armed robbery, and unlawful conversion. Ikade, who worked as a maid for Okolamo at a house in Mushin, was said to have suddenly stated that she was no longer interested in the job. Her employer was said to have called the agent through whom she was employed, but later could not be reached on the phone. The teenager then requested that Sunday, whom she claimed was her brother, picked her from the house. Sunday, while leaving the house with Ikade, then urged the woman to call him anytime she needed another maid to replace Ikade, saying he was also an agent. Information gathered that Okolamo called him after 3 months to bring in another maid as he sent Uloko. Sunday and Ikade, along with one Henry, still at large, allegedly invaded the woman's house on October 10, 2022 and robbed the family with the help of Uloko, who allegedly opened the gate and kitchen back door for them to perpetrate the ordeal. Moving on to the last story coming from sports. Super Falcons and Barcelona striker Azizat Oshoala has said Chelsea fans do not deserve happiness. Oshoala stated these after joining fans of their rival clubs in trolling Chelsea on social media after their 2-1 defeat to Fulham on Thursday night. The Graham Potter side suffered a 3rd straight defeat in the Premier League clash with Fulham and Craven Cottage. Also, it was a night to forget for new signing and Portugal international João Felix, who was sent off for a dangerous challenge on his debut. Recall, Barcelona and Chelsea have history between them following previous clashes in the Champions League. One that easily comes to mind was the 2009 Champions League second leg tie at Stamford Bridge, which Barcelona edged in controversial circumstances and went on to progress into the final. Chelsea avenged the painful loss by eliminating Barcelona in the semi-final in 2012, going on to become Champions League winners. Also, reacting to the Blues' latest setback, Oshoala wrote on the Twitter handle, "Normally, Chelsea fans no deserve happiness and they know it. No peace for the weekend. Chelsea have only managed just 1 win in their last 5 games, 3 defeats and 1 draw." That ends the national news from BGI TV. Before we go, some quick headlines. Obasanjo denies writing UK to back up Nigeria's 2023 election. FG moves to end extrajudicial killings by police officers upon innocent citizens. We also brought to you kidnappers abduct 2 farmers in Osun. And on sports, Oshuala, Chelsea fans don't deserve happiness. For more updates on our broadcast on YouTube, Babagede Imo TV, kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement for goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Jumak Mufida to all faithful Muslims all around the world.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.